What's going on, everybody? We're hanging with the Sulcatas today. There's Lumpy. I want to make sure that Lumpy is happy, so that's what today's video is about. We may have to move him out. Let's see if he eats with everybody. Whew, big doings. All right, friends, so here's Hercules. Here's, oh, look, everybody's, look at this. I got tortoises following me all over for the food. Come on. I want Lumpy to come over here too. I want to get his attention. He's been over here. I keep very good eye on Lumpy, but sometimes I get nervous that the lumps is not necessarily adapting to living in this environment. So it's been a month or two now since he's been put over here. I want to make sure that he is getting his food on. Let's go ahead and grab this and shake it off. Little, like Taylor Swift says, man, just shake it off.
Thank you to all our loyal Patreon members out there who have helped to create an amazing reptile community online with us.
This week's shout out goes to Daniel Lentini.
There we go. There you go. That's a dated reference, but I'm an old man and it's a dad joke. All right, here we go. Let's get this out here. Look at these guys going after the bucket. Holy smokes. Good. Here comes Lump. Here comes the Herc the jerk. Hercules the Jerkules. Look, Hercs, can you get away from me? He sees this bucket, he goes nuts. There's my little buddy. She's doing a good job driving the Kubota X1130. Nice. I think she just works so she can drive. Here comes my man. Here comes Big Mama. Come on, lady. Come on, dude. Get over here. I'll show you guys something to look out for. There are going to be some skirmishes between the tortoises. That's totally necessary. It happens. But you want to just keep an eye on their physical well-being, because sometimes these guys can be very, they can be very violent to each other. I might want to just feed them separately, I guess. Come here, buddy. Come on over here, man. But I don't have a nice, you know, like feeding platform for them. Look at this. How'd that get there? Wind blew some zip tie in there. Come here, bub. Come here. I want you to eat right out of the bucket so we can talk to you. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. There we go. Come on. Here it is. He's a smart dude. Come on, smart man. Right down there. There it is. There it is. Nice. Now you got it. Come here. Let's feed him right on here. Spread it out right here. These guys will nibble off this. Come on. Sometimes they don't quite understand what you're trying to do. And there's always another tortoise getting in the way. Good grief. Big Mama. Come on, bud. Come on, Hercs. I mean, that's not Hercs. That's Lumpy. There he is. Come on, Lump. She's found her food. Come here. Right here. Look down. Look down. Look down. And then I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, there he goes. As long as he's eating, that's good. But if you notice, right over by his left foot, he's got some skin pushback. And that's from combat with our boy. Can I do me a favor? Can I just do that for you? Thank you. All right, good. She'll figure that out. And he's gonna be, it's fine if he eats some pine needles. They'll eat the pine needles anyway. They actually have vitamin C in them, so pine needles are no big deal. Now there are other dead leaves and things like that, so don't freak out. What you don't want is you don't want them eating off of gravel, because they'll suck up some of the gravel and that could be a problem. But here he is. Here's the lump. And if you look in here, you see that? That's just some dead skin that from combating, he had a little skin pulled back that's scabbed up. So that'll dry and crust and fall right off here. Here we go. See? That's it. And the rest is healing up nice. So that looks like he did get in a little bit of a skirmish, but the skirmishes seem to have stopped. And what I like is that he's eating. He's not depressed. That's important. But it's important that we follow up on these situations, because sulcatas can be very, very tough on each other. This guy has lived with the girls for many, many years. He was a great breeder, but we separated him because a long time ago he got depressed when I moved him from the way back into this front. He didn't like it here for whatever reason and wound up getting dehydrated and unhappy. And so what we're doing now is we reintroduced him maybe 2 months ago now, and I just want to make sure he's in here because the cool thing about having them together, 2 males, it does create a little bit of competition. What are you doing? What's Big Mama doing besides just being a pain in the neck? Can you just like focus on the food for me? Thank you. Leave him alone, let him eat. Let's just have another look. That looks okay. Yeah, he seems to be doing all right. It's funny though that Hercules, let's go see the Jercules. He's a little bit more, I don't know. Well, he became the dominant male here. He became the male that had been happy with how things are going. And there you have it. You can see that this guy is just very, very content with his harem. The other 5 around here are, of course, his gals. So funny, man. I've had these females for a long time, man. They have been with me since 2004. So they've been here for, gosh, so many years. And I only know them by their numbers. That was number 7. This was number 8, number 6, number 10, and number 5. And then Big Mama, she's number 3. But Lumpy had lived with these gals and he bred them all, and he was a really good breeder. But after he got sick and we had to put that feeding tube in him, he just never really recovered, or he recovered, but he never really kind of came back into this group. So the thought is I reintroduced him so that we can kind of get things dialed in, get him acclimated again. As long as the combat isn't so bad that he's got a limp or anything bad, then we can get them going. And as he gets more confident, he is a very big tortoise. He is definitely a big guy. I don't know if he's as big as Hercules, but he is formidable. He's got those huge goulers. Here's Hercs, of course. And so I don't know, man. Now, I've told you this before, I'm seriously considering opening up this section here because I really want to get these guys roaming this whole area. But before I do that, I really have to finish with this bamboo. And to be honest, it's just been kind of busy around here that I haven't had a chance to cut down any more bamboo. I need a few more, at least just a few more poles to keep the sulcata. Sulcata can break right through that hardware cloth. And all that hardware cloth is really doing is keeping the smaller turtles inside the pond area. I like the fact now that we have this whole area. It'll grow grass again, and during the summer it'll be nice because our sulcatas can wander this whole area and just do their thing. I think that would be a really cool kind of mode. Now, just work with me here, friends. I like discussing this with you guys because I want you to comment, and I'll read the comments. I want to know what you think. So here's my thinking. I hate having to weed, okay? Weeding, well, it's no fun. So all this would disappear because sulcatas are like shelled goats. They eat everything. And we, of course, have this section. So either I would block this off and keep them right here, or do I just get absolutely crazy because it's summertime and just say, let's just have a roam. Let's roam around. I would transplant some of these alocasia, some of these plants, because they're just going to eat them. But all this would get essentially weeded down. This is all great food. And that would be great for them, I think. You know? The other thing I like to do when I walk around is I just grab these areca palm fronds and I pile them up over here so that when I cruise by on the X1130, I can kind of, you know, get them dialed. Like, just get rid of them. Anyhow, the tortoises would be able to climb up here, nibble on this. You'd see a great reduction to all of this greenery. All of this is incredible food for them. I'd have to keep an eye on the bamboo. I'd probably block off the bamboo, maybe take some rocks and stack them around the bamboo, because they would eat new shoots of bamboo. So I'd get them away from the bamboo like this. This is such a pretty bamboo. We'd probably transplant this to a place where they'd be happier, but I don't know. Part of me thinks having the sulcatas just do my lawn care could be kind of cool. You know what I mean? So again, anything in here, it'd be fair game. They'd eat it. But I just wonder. I don't know. Do I do the sulcatas like that, or do we do maybe the galops or aldabras? We move them over. I just don't know. The other thing I'd have to do is secure this area. Okay, because this is where I have my Kubota implements. So I've definitely got some wire, and I can make a fence from the building to the perimeter fence, and then this could all be used for tortoises, you know. I think that's kind of cool. I like that. Again, just thinking, I'm thinking out loud. I like to share with you guys my plans for the camp. It's always about the evolution of this place. Now, originally, the sulcatas lived in this area before Cayman Creek and all that jazz. So, I don't know. This is kind of what I've been thinking, you know. I could also get a gate between here and here, and just kind of the whole back would be dialed, you know. I think that's kind of interesting. Definitely during the summer. So what do you think if we had like tortoises roaming the whole back?
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah? I was wondering, you know, I don't know if we're gonna do.
Get through the yard to the other yard.
Oh, what do you mean? To our neighbors?
Like, yeah, like.
I don't think so. I think we just reinforce the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This one. Wait, hold on.
What do you say?
This rhino going on right here.
Yeah.
He's like so calm.
Oh, is he?
He's over here before.
Let me see.
He just let me pick them up.
Really? That's awesome. Oh yeah. Look at you, the lizard whisperer.
Okay.
Nice job.
It might have not been this one. This one's a little
more feisty. I don't know. There's the other one right there. But they're really cool. They have been calming down. So you're just getting the food prepared?
Yeah.
What do we got? Some mulberry. We've got some food. We got some pellets. We've got some hibiscus. That's awesome. Thanks, Soph. Soph's the boss when it comes to feeding right now. She takes the cart, she takes the Kubota, she just travels all over the farm and feeds the critters. She's got a big job, and she's been doing an awesome job doing it, executing. Look at everybody. Hey guys, what's up? It's very important for one to stay hydrated, right, Soph? That's right, Soph. Okay, I love that kid. Anyhow, let's get back and see how the sulcata's doing. I'm just, you know, look, here's the deal. These videos are as much like a video diary for me, you know. I just kind of talk to you guys, get ideas, see how I want to do things, and that's the beauty of the camp, is it evolves on its own. It just happens. I get an idea, I implement. See, but look at this, guys. This is why we're back over here. Let's see what Hercules is doing and how much of an annoyance he really is. They finished, wow, look at this. Did a pretty good number on it. But let's see. Let's get a comparison. I mean, I think Hercules is just a smidge bigger, huh? Because Hercules is definitely a good sized tortoise. But my thinking is, you know, if he's gonna continually bother Lumpy, at some point he's gonna have to just leave him alone. And this kind of interaction's not bad. There's no ramming. It's just what he's very all up in Lumpy's business, and Lumpy seems to move away. So I think we're okay. Early on, like I said, there was that skirmish and it scabbed up and flaked off, so I'm not really worried about it. You know, you got to have some bumps and bruises in life. Don't stress on this. This is actually from the driveway. This used to be part of the driveway. I got to cut that back or bury it. They throw down that textile cloth to keep weeds from growing up, but this used to be, I encroached on the driveway a little bit when I made my fence. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I mean, you know, the sulcatas, I'm not taking in more sulcatas. I'm kind of just staying with this group because I've had them so long and I love my girls. So basically, you know, they're a big tortoise. They're an impressive tortoise. You know, when people see them, they are the 3rd largest tortoise on the planet. And they are just incredible. I love them. They got great personality. And again, if you have enough space to where they're just eating weeds and browse, you can see there's not much in here, right? So this has kind of become very sparse. So if I open up that other section, then we're really allowing these guys to eat a lot of natural foods, which of course is the best staple diet you can get for your tortoises. Grass and weeds and all that good stuff. I've been saying that for years on this channel. What's up? You gonna just ram me or take a bite out of my shin? What do you think? Does my shin look like nice little green bean or something? What do you think? Oh yeah, you're going after me, girl. What a crazy lady. Yeah, man, that's what's going on. Look, here we go again. Back at it. So if you have sulcatas, let me know in the comments below, because do you have more than one male living together? Have they lived together from childhood, from hatchlings? Because that helps. If you raise them up together, a lot better. But as soon as you remove one and then reintroduce it, you could really upset the balance here. Hi, Hercs. Now, Hercules doesn't have the biggest goulers, certainly not as big as our friend Lumpy. But like I said, he's ticklish. Lumpy has, or Hercules has become the de facto ruler. Wow! Well, get out of here, you little lunatic. He's really become the one male to rule them all, because he's been the only male in this enclosure. And so, yeah, you know, that's the deal. Big old Hercules can barely lift him up. That's why I brought over that SCL 1000. So I was anticipating maybe moving him back towards Frida's pond and bringing a couple of females with him. Hercules is definitely interested. Let's see if there's any ramming going on. It's just more pestering, which in and of itself isn't so dangerous, but let's see. Here we go. We might get a little ramming going on. Yep, there we go. And the real problem with ramming is if Lumpy gets either flipped over, or if Lumpy actually gets braced up against something, then that becomes a problem. But I don't necessarily, I don't know, guys. I don't like the idea of Lumpy being bothered. You know what I mean? Just not my favorite thing going on. So I may just decide to move Lumpy back out, you know? I don't know. I love Lumpy so much. He's a special tortoise to me. He's the first sulcata that moved here to the camp way back in January of 2024. Right? 2024? No, in 2004. So he's been here for a long time. I really just wanted to kind of consolidate all the sulcatas, but you know, if Lumpy's being bothered, I don't think I like that. So I might just go ahead and move him. The thing is, I don't know, these females, they're so happy here. I don't know if I want to move them either. So Lumpy might just be a bachelor from now on. What do you guys think? I don't know. I just hate seeing him pestered like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do, friends. We're going to move him back. So let me get this situated. Let me get him loaded. I'll be right back. All right, there you go. That's how easy life is when you have the SCL 1000 on the tortoise farm. Very, very cool. Lumpy's back. And like I said, oh, look at this. Right away, he's eating some of the fallen bamboo. And this is exactly the bamboo that I'll be using for some of the poles. This one fell, I'll just chainsaw it, zip a few more off, and then lug them on over and string them on up, and there you go. But it's a cool situation to have such a great renewable resource, such straight poles. I think it gives it a very cool Gilligan's Island look. So what I'll do is just allow Lumpy to keep doing what he's doing right now by eating these, eating this vegetation and trimming it down for me, and there you go. I think it's awesome, and I think my plan's gonna work, friends. I think it's better he's here. I don't want Lumpy to be abused at all. We love you, Lumpy. A bachelor you shall remain. So there you go, friends. What do you think of my ideas? Let me know in the comments below. Are you glad that I moved Lumpy out? He seems to be happy. Some guys just don't want to get married. What can I tell you? Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys again on another episode of Kamp Kenan. So long.